I've told y'all in our Bible study, we've been reading through Matthew. And of course, if you know the story of Jesus, there was a point where after Jesus was baptized, he went into the wilderness for 40 days to be tempted by the devil. And since then, I've kind of had a thought about what temptation actually is, trying to, I guess, define it or trying to quantify what it is. And the only thing I could come up with is temptation is access to the things that God can provide through means that are outside the will of God. And so far in my reading, that definition holds up, right? Like, even if we go all the way back to Adam and Eve, Eve was tempted and tricked because she was offered knowledge. She was offered the understanding and the likeness of God outside the will of God. God had told them not to eat the apple or eat the fruit, whatever you want to call it. And the devil offered her something that God could have provided, but through a means that God had told her not to do. And even when you look at how Jesus was tempted, turn these stones into bread. Jesus's power was only used to help other people throughout his entire ministry. So him using his power to turn stones into bread would have been outside the will of why God sent him there. Him being taken to the high point in Jerusalem and told to jump down and see if the angels would come and save him, once again, outside the will of God. God's will for Jesus was that he would come and be a sacrifice for people. If he jumped and the angels came and ministered to him, he was testing God to see if it was true that that was his will for him, which is also wrong. And then the third one, where he was basically taken and shown all the kingdoms of the world only if he would worship the devil. And in and of itself, worshiping anyone other than God is outside the will of God. So those are three things that the devil offered that God can provide, right? You got the food, which is provision. You've got the angels to come and save him, which is protection. And you've got the kingdoms of the earth, which is what we could call prosperity, for a lack of a better term. All three were offered under the pretense that Jesus did something completely out of the will of God. So when you feel like you're in a situation where, man, this looks too good to be true, and you find yourself having to do something that is not in God's will to get it, you're being tempted.